Okay, so for those who don't know, 2026 marks the 30th anniversary of the Pokemon franchise. So even though I'm not a PokeTuber, I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about both my predictions and wants for said anniversary. So once we get past all the Cafe Remix, Unite, and Master Sex shit that we don't care about, we already know Gen 10 is going to be revealed at the end. Following in past footsteps, the trailer is more than likely going to show us the player characters, the starters, the rival, and Professor like usual, and establishing shots of the region. There you go. It's the 10th generation though. This is a big milestone, and I feel like they should go all out on this reveal. I'm looking for something more extravagant. Will we get that? Probably not, but one can dream though, right? I've been on and off with all the leaks and rumors going around about how this game is going to be handled, and from everything I'm hearing, I can already put together my thoughts. But my biggest hope for this game, honestly, I just want it to be good, man. We'd be lying to ourselves if we sat here and said that the quality of the games didn't fall off once we hit the Switch. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee was alright, but it was a very watered down version of Yellow for the Go audience. Sword and Shield are the franchise at its worst. These games fucking suck low-key. BDSP are right there with them in the shit department. They literally ruined any hope I had at getting a fully realized Sinnoh, so thanks for that, assholes. Legends Arceus was actually fantastic and is definitely the best main game on the console. Scarlet and Violet were good games held back by performance issues that not even beta testers would deal with, and ZA is also a good time, but proves why locking you to one location in a Pokemon game is not a good idea. Even though the game started to get better as they went on, the best of the Switch still doesn't even come close to like the best of the DS and the 3DS. Legends Arceus notwithstanding, I think it's pretty up there. All of this to say, I just need the games to be good. We're on the Switch 2 exclusively now, according to the rumors, and in case people forgot, this is a Nintendo console that can run Cyberpunk and Final Fantasy VII Remake with little to no performance issues. They need to utilize this thing's power to its full potential. We're 8 years into main series Pokemon being on home consoles, and we still haven't gotten what I consider to be a full AAA experience from them, so it's time to get it together. Outside of all that, I know this is wishful thinking, but I want to see the return of the National Dex, whether it be through the post-game or the eventual DLC that'll probably end up getting revealed before the game even comes out, depending on how Pokemon wants to run this. I feel like it'd be a missed opportunity to not give access to all 1,000+ Pokemon in this game, especially when it's supposed to be a big celebration of the series. 30 years is a big deal. The first double-digit generation is a big deal. I feel like they need to go all out for this. This is basically what I've been saying this whole time, but yeah, you get the idea. I'm gonna keep it there for now though. I don't want to go too in depth on this until we actually see the trailer at the end of the month, but I'll be making another video when it drops though, trust. These next couple of predictions and wants are definitely in the realms of shit that is never going to happen, but it'd be nice if it did. When people are asked what their favorite spin-off game is, the answers are usually anything from Ranger to Mystery Dungeon to Coliseum or XD. Me, on the other hand, I'm a true Pokemoner, a visionary of sorts. I see the potential in things others overlook on the daily. You know what that means. It's finally time for Pokemon Battle Revolution to make a return. I'm actually talking about Pokeparks, but I know people are side-eyeing me for that too. If we don't get Wii for Switch 2 online anytime soon, I desperately want a remaster or remake of the Pokepark games, and if not that, I want a third one. Ever since I played Wonders Beyond, it's been my favorite of the spin-offs. Exploring entire worlds inhabited by only Pokemon and interacting with them in ways I wish you could in the main series has been the highlight for me, but given the fact that the games didn't perform great, it unfortunately makes sense why we haven't seen another entry since the Wii. The other unfortunate thing is that I know I'm part of the problem. If they were to announce a Pokepark 1 and 2 collection like they did for Galaxy 1 and 2, I'm spending the $40 on Wonders Beyond. I'm only human, leave me alone. Speaking of collections, for a company that loves money so much, the fact that they still have not that, oh, I fucked myself up because I didn't say that right in the script. The fact that they still haven't released the previous gens on modern consoles is baffling to me. The only time that I can think of where this happened, there you go, what the fuck is happening, was with Gens 1 and 2 dropping on the 3DS Virtual Console, but outside of that, nothing. If they dropped a collection with Yellow, Crystal, Emerald, and Platinum, that shit would sell beautifully. Granted, trying to figure out how to make Platinum work would definitely be difficult, but Capcom proved that there's ways to make it work. Just look at the Mega Man collections that they've been putting out. Not everyone has access to a 3DS, let alone a totally ethical and morally correct one that isn't modified in any way, shape, or form, and with the prices of these consoles somehow increasing as of 2025, it would be a smart idea to figure out a way to get these games out to the people who really want to play them again, or who haven't played them yet. Just start with gens 1 through 4, we can worry about 5 through 7 later. But I feel like more companies need to take a page out of Capcom's book and make their games readily available on whatever the current generation of consoles are on. Another feller who also is celebrating an anniversary this year really needs to get with the program, but we'll talk about him another time, because of course I will. What else do I want? Well, another attempt at a fighting game wouldn't be such a bad move. Pokémon had the right idea, but it just didn't execute it properly. One of my friends basically described it as baby's first Tekken, and that's honestly the best way to describe it. Tekken is a very technical game. It's almost like it's in the name or something. So if you're gonna style another one after it, you gotta go the full 9 yards. And even if it's not the full 9, at least make it 5 or some shit. The brother didn't even make it out of the locker room. He's still in there. One of the best parts of a fighting game is the roster. So in a series with several hundred great options for the genre, why is this the roster that we got? No Greninja, no Infernape, no Gallade, Blaziken and Sceptile are here, but Swampert isn't, which is pretty Pokemonist in my eyes. Charizard's lame ass and Blastoise also both made it, while Venusaur didn't. And some smartass is probably gonna ask, oh, how would Venusaur even work? And to that, 2 responses. 1, Chandelur's in the fucking game. 2, who cares if it doesn't make sense? Tekken has a fucking brown bear that's trained in the Mishima style. You can suspend your disbelief for this. Don't be annoying. Realistically speaking though, as much as I would like to see Poképart re-releases or a new Pokemon, 1, Pokemon doesn't like to re-release shit, and 2, with Pokopia coming out next month and how it's supposed to be treated like Pokemon's Animal Crossing in a way, that might be the big spin-off for this year. But again, we'll see what happens on the 27th. Outside of the game stuff, I don't really care. I've always been a game enjoyer first and everything else enjoyer second. So unless we get like a full-on shonen Pokken, that's not what that says. A full-on shonen Pokemon anime, or like Lego sets in the traditional sense where you can like build out the towns or whatever, or like new Figbas or some shit, I don't really have an opinion on anything else. So what's the point of me making this video? Pokemon can go in a couple different directions this year for how they want to handle things. Above everything else though, I just need Gen 10 to be a hit. Not almost there, not a step in the right direction, not it's good but it's held back by this. I need it to be an undisputed banger. Pokemon is, unfortunately, my favorite video game franchise of all time. Having to sit through 8 years of content that is genuinely hit or miss is not for the weak. Granted, this is why being a fan of other franchises is always the way to go, but I would like for my favorite one of those to be getting the same care and treatment as the others that I follow. I know I don't need to remind y'all that this shit is also the highest grossing media outlet on the planet. And Beast of Reincarnation, I'm pretty sure that's the name of the game, shows that the felders over at Game Freak know exactly what they're doing. Plus, we're on the Switch 2 now. There's no more excuses that can be made. We need something fire from y'all this year. Let's not botch the 10th generation, folks. After the trailer drops on the 27th, like I said earlier, I'm gonna make a separate video discussing my hopes after I actually see some concrete footage and I get a better idea of what I'm working with. But until then, happy Pokemon Day, and I hope y'all feel just as old as I do right now.